In today's video, I will be talking about movie characters that I think need Fortnite skins. We've gotten quite a few iconic characters like Predator, Ellen Ripley, and Godzilla for example, but there are so many amazing characters that I would love to see in Fortnite at some point, and for the sake of the video, I will be excluding Marvel, Star Wars, and DC because I honestly talk about those franchises a lot. Today I want to shed light on other popular characters from other franchises, but of course this is just going to be my opinion, so be sure to let me know what characters you would love to see in the game. If you enjoy my videos, be sure to use code TuneSpider in the Fortnite item shop to support me. And now let's get started. Alright, so the first character I want to talk about is James Bond, the British Secret Service agent himself. This is a character that I actually thought we were going to get during Chapter 6 Season 2, and a lot of people did think that because the leaks were making it sound like we were going to be getting James Bond for that Lawless season. Unfortunately, it didn't end up happening, which is kind of a bummer because he definitely would have fit that season a little bit, but at least the character is still available to join at some point. Now, this fictional character has been around since the 50s. There's been many actors that have played this character with so many different interpretations. The ones I personally would want to see is Daniel Craig and Pierce Brosnan because those are the James Bonds that I grew up with, right? Or they could wait until they eventually cast a new James Bond because the rumor is they are currently looking for an actor to replace Daniel Craig since he's retired from the role. So they could wait and give us a skin for that James Bond. Personally, for me, I think it'd be really cool if we got a style for every person that has played James Bond throughout the years. I think that would be pretty cool. Of course, that's a little greedy, so I don't know if they would end up doing that. Another thing they could do is they could give us one of the James Bond actors, and then they could give us a second style for the video game. So we'd get kind of like an actor and a gaming legend skin in one, which would be really cool. Now, of course, for the skin itself, it's got to be the classic black and white suit. Always looking clean with the suit. Compare him up with Agent Peely, two spies taking on Fortnite. You'd love to see it. But moving on to the next character I want to bring up, her movie was actually a little more recent, just a couple of years ago, and that was Barbie. Now I know you're thinking, well, the first thing everybody thinks about when it comes to Barbie is the toys, and you're not wrong about that, but Barbie is such an iconic character that I feel like we need to have her in Fortnite at some point. I would also love to have Ken with her. I think that'd be such a fun duo to get in the item shop. Now, of course, since I'm talking about the movie version, we would get Margot Robbie's Barbie and Ryan Gosling's Ken, and it could be really cool for the second style. They give us toy styles. I think that would be super unique for the character and would fit very well. And I think with a character like Barbie and like Ken, there's got to be a lot of customization to these skins because of course with these characters you could change their outfits all the time. And I know this collab wouldn't be for everybody, but like I mentioned, I just think it's too iconic to leave out. Then moving on to the next collab would be Sherlock Holmes. So this is kind of a similar situation for James Bond. This is such an iconic character. A good amount of actors have played the Sherlock Holmes role. My personal favorite is Robert Downey Jr.'s, so that's the one that I would love to see. With Jude Law's Watson as well in the item shop, you got to bring them in as a duo together. Just like I said with James Bond, you really could do any iteration for this character, just as long as we have Sherlock Holmes in the game and the design of the skin looks like that character, because this is one of the most iconic detectives of all time, so I definitely would love to see this collab happen at some point. Moving on to a character that I really thought we would have gotten in Fortnite at some point because she just makes the most sense for a battle royale game, and that is Katniss Everdine. I am still very shocked that we have not gotten this character in the game. As we all know, the Hunger Games was a battle royale. It was the last person standing, and the main protagonist of that trilogy was Katniss Everdine. And there are so many iconic looks for Katniss Everdine that they could use in the game. My personal favorites are the black and the red outfits. Those are the ones that I would love to see for Fortnite skins. Those are the first outfits I think of when it comes to Katniss Everdine, but of course they could do a more casual look with the brown leather jacket, or they could even use one of her dresses. No matter what, I definitely just think we should get Katniss Everdine in Fortnite. She makes so much sense to have in the game, and like I said, I'm so shocked that we don't have her in yet, but hopefully someday we will. Next up is another fictional duo that I would love to see in the game, and the collab would be from Men in Black. We'd get Agent K and Agent J, two very iconic characters from a very iconic movie franchise, and if the Bug Invasion season is true, I think they would fit very well as a collab for that season. Of course, they would have on the classic black and white suits with the black sunglasses, looking very fresh just like James Bond, and there wouldn't be that much to their skins. I just think they should definitely come into the item shop as a duo, or if one of them ended up being in the battle pass like Agent J for example, then Agent K comes into the item shop. Next up is the bride from Kill Bill, played by Uma Thurman, and I mean, what an iconic character. The yellow and black suit is so iconic. Whenever you see that outfit, you automatically think of Kill Bill, and I mean, Uma Thurman was so iconic in this role, such an amazing movie character. I mean, she uses katanas, she uses guns. I feel like that's a great fit for Fortnite. They could even do a different type of like typhoon blade for her for a mythic, which could be pretty cool. I personally would love to see it because I loved the typhoon blade. But I feel like her skin would be very obvious. It would have to be the classic yellow and black suit, and if they wanted to give her another style, then it should be the black leather outfit. But I think when you're talking about a list of movie characters, you can't leave off the bride from Kill Bill. The next movie character I would love to see would be from Die Hard, and that's John McClane. Now, of course, it's not actually a Christmas movie, but it happens during Christmas time, so I think it would be a great skin to bring in during Winterfest, but it doesn't have to be. No matter what, I would just like to see this character in the game. I'm pretty sure they did a collab with Call of Duty, so I feel like Fortnite's gotta be up next. There's a couple different outfits that they could do for the character, and he definitely needs to be just like all cut up, little bloody, bruised up. That would just be fitting for the design of John McClane. Personally, for outfits, I would like to see this one and then this one. I think these are two of the more iconic looks when it comes to this character. Now, the next character I'm going to bring up is one that I will bring up every chance that I get, whether it's for Fortnitemares videos, whether I'm talking about movie characters, iconic characters, just any way I can bring her up. I want to see Seline from the Underworld movies. I mean, she's like the ultimate vampire from those movies. She's the main protagonist. She uses guns pretty much the entire time in every movie. She would just be perfect for Fortnitemares. Get the all black leather suit, have the huge trench coat, and then for another style we can have the big white coat from the Blood Wars movie. We could also get Michael the hybrid from the movie as well, or Lucian, the main Lycan from the Rise of Lycans movie. But no matter what, I definitely want to see Seline in the game. She would fit very well, especially for Fortnitemares. Next up is arguably the most iconic action franchise of all time, and that's Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible. And they actually just had Tom Cruise's last movie for Mission Impossible. I mean, Ethan Hunt is a very iconic character. Of course, Tom Cruise is one of the biggest action stars of all time, so it's just fitting that he played this character for so long and that it became so iconic. And I mean, there's so many different outfits from so many different movies that you can pick for the character. I just feel like if I'm talking about movie characters, especially a lot of action characters, I can't leave out Ethan Hunt. And I think that would be a fun way to celebrate them wrapping up the Mission Impossible movies. Because I'm sure that's what Tom Cruise wanted, it was to make sure he eventually gets in Fortnite. I feel like that's every actor's main goal, not an Oscar or anything like that. Make sure they play a character that gets into Fortnite. And then moving on to another character is another just classic franchise, and that's going to be Marty McFly from Back to the Future. And I mean, in my opinion, the skin can only look one way. It's got to have the classic red poofy vest, the denim pants, the denim shirt. This is just the iconic outfit I think of when I think of Marty McFly, and I think with that we got to get Doc Brown as well. Now we're going to move on to some franchises where there'd be quite a few characters that I would love to see get Fortnite skins. The ones I just talked about was mainly for the main protagonist, or maybe like one other character as well from those movies. But I want to start with Harry Potter, one of the biggest book series and movie series of all time. I mean, everybody knows who Harry Potter is, and they're actually starting up a new series as well. So I feel like this would be a good time to have those characters in Fortnite. Now, I'm not saying they should use the new series because they're going to be like little kids again, and I don't think little kids should be in Fortnite, but they can use the older versions from the later movies in my opinion. So of course we would need Harry Potter. I mean, the series is literally named after him. Most iconic character, main protagonist of course. You can't have Harry Potter skins without the main guy. And then of course his best friends, Ron and Hermione. I think it'd be fun to have Dumbledore, Snape, and then of course you gotta have Voldemort, one of the most iconic movie villains of all time. And then sticking with another huge book series and movie franchise, gotta bring up the Lord of the Rings. The first character I would love to see is Legolas, and I think he would fit very well into the game. I think he'd be a sick Fortnite skin. I would also love to see Gandalf. Aragorn is another character that I think would be a really cool Fortnite skin. Frodo Baggins, of course. Pippin, Erwin would be another great character. And we could even get some of the Hobbit characters, so like Thorin. I feel like Gollum would be an interesting character to see. And I think Tariel would be another great character, especially to go with Legolas. And my bad if I'm pronouncing any of these names wrong. It's been a while since I've watched Lord of the Rings, to be honest with you. But those are a list of characters that I think would be really cool Fortnite skins. And then moving on to the next franchise would be Jurassic Park / Jurassic World. I mean, they could really use any character from there, but for me personally, what I care more about is the dinosaurs. I think it'd be really cool to have maybe dinosaurs like Godzilla skins. That could be really cool. Or have a biome or a section like Stealthy Stronghold, for example, where it is very Jurassic theme and there's all these different dinosaurs in that area. But of course, going back to characters that could maybe be Fortnite skins, Ian Malcolm, Alan Grant, John Hammond, Ellie Sattler, all from the classic first movie. If they want to collab with the newest one, of course, Scarlett Johansson's character, Zora, Mahershala Ali's character, Duncan, they could use a couple of those characters, or they could do the Chris Pratt era with Owen Grady and Claire Dearing, played by Bryce Dallas Howard. So of course, they have a wide range of characters that they could pick from for Fortnite skins, but of course, the main thing I would love to see is a huge Jurassic Park biome with dinosaurs roaming around. Moving on to the next franchise, I would love to see G.I. Joe. We got Snake Eyes. I personally would like to see a movie version as well because I want the all black helmet. It's just so sick. It's so clean. But of course, then we got to get his brother Storm Shadow. I think that would be a sick skin. Cobra Commander, Duke, maybe Ripcord. I mean, there's so many cool G.I. Joe characters that we could get in the game. And of course, for female G.I. Joe characters, Lady J, Scarlet, Jinx. I mean, those are some great characters as well. Basically, what I'm trying to say is bring in as many G.I. Joe characters in the game as you can because I love all of them. Moving on to a specific character, Maximus from Gladiator. Now, I know we have an original Fortnite skin. I believe it was Menace from Chapter 2, Season 5. That would be very similar to Maximus, but I think it'd be really cool to get that collab and have that exact character in the game. The next collab would be Wednesday Addams. Now, of course, I would love to get the whole Addams family. I think that'd be perfect for Fortnitemares. And I grew up with the original movie, so of course, those would be like the versions I would love to see. But I know Jenna Ortega's Wednesday Addams is very popular on Netflix, so I think it'd be cool to see that version as well. Who knows, maybe we get both. I think that would be the best of both worlds. Now, I may be biased, but I think this next collab would be just awesome, and that would be the Princess Bride. We could get Wesley, we could get Princess Buttercup, we could get Inigo Montoya. I mean, there's so many iconic characters from that movie, and just such an iconic movie. I think it'd be great to get them in the game. And because I was thinking of Wesley's outfit from the Princess Bride, I think we also need to get the Mask of Zorro. Absolutely love that character growing up. Such an iconic outfit, and I think it'd be a great Fortnite skin. Now, this next character I will talk about as we get closer to Fortnitemares, but I just want to bring him up really quick because I know someone would comment saying, I would love to see this character, how did you not mention him? And that would be Ghostface. I mean, so iconic, right? Perfect for Fortnitemares. But like I mentioned, when we get closer to that time, I will talk more about that character. Jules Winfield from Pulp Fiction. Another character I think would be a lot of fun to see. Get another skin for Samuel L. Jackson. And then I'm going to just list through a few other characters that I think would be really cool. Lisbeth Salander from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and The Girl in the Spider's Web. I think she would have really cool Fortnite skins. She had really cool outfits during those movies. Would love to see those as Fortnite skins. Blade Runner 2049, so we would get multiple Ryan Goslings here. I also think it'd be cool to get another skin for Harrison Ford as well, since he's such a legend. I mean, those are such great movies. The visuals, especially for Blade Runner 2049, were incredible. Would love to see skins from those movies in the game. So that would be Officer K, Rick Deckard. We could even get Joy as well. Then the next iconic character would be Forrest Gump. I think it would just be awesome to have that character in the game. So iconic. I feel like everyone's heard of Forrest Gump. And then this last one is just for fun. I couldn't resist the whole Anchorman cast. Just a huge Anchorman bundle. Would love to see them as Fortnite skins. Love those movies. They crack me up every time. And I needed to find a way to get Will Ferrell in here somehow. Now, of course, there's so many more movie characters that I could talk about, but I'm going to leave it there. Of course, any characters I didn't talk about that you would love to see, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to join my Discord server, that link is going to be in the description. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.